You're silently raising your blood pressure and blood sugar just by eating what looks like healthy bread. You've cut back on sweets, taken your medications, even switched to whole wheat, but the numbers still won't budge. Many seniors trust labels like multigrain, organic, or low-fat. But behind the crust, some breads are loaded with added sugar, refined starch, and hidden sodium. Each slice may spike your blood sugar, inflame your vessels, and drain your energy without you ever realizing why. After 60, every bite matters. Let's uncover the 12 breads that look healthy, but may be quietly harming your heart and mind. 1. The hearty bread that's not so hearty after all. It says hearty, but what if that comfort is the very thing slowly hurting you? Many seniors reach for this soft, familiar slice, thinking it's a safer option. The word hearty brings to mind strength, warmth, and nourishment. But behind the name lies a surprising mix: refined flour, added sugar, and more sodium than a handful of salted crackers. Let's break that down. Each slice delivers 230 milligrams of sodium, which may not seem like much, until you remember that seniors are advised to stay under 1/5 of 100 milligrams per day. Add that to a sandwich or breakfast toast, and suddenly your heart is under more pressure than you realize. And with only 1 gram of fiber, it leaves your digestive system unsupported, your blood sugar unregulated, and your cholesterol unchallenged. Feeling bloated after lunch? A little foggy or fatigued in the afternoon? You may be doing everything right, but this slice might be silently pushing your numbers the wrong way. What's most dangerous is how innocent it looks. It doesn't taste salty. It isn't sweet. It's soft, familiar, trusted. But your body knows better. If you're over 60, every slice matters. Choose bread that truly supports you, not just one that sounds like it does. If this surprised you, comment 1 below, and let's move on to the next hidden bread trap. 2. The sweet raisin bread that starts your day like dessert. It smells like comfort, but tastes more like a trap. Raisin cinnamon swirl bread feels like a warm hug from the past. Childhood breakfasts, cozy mornings, and just a little sweetness to start your day. But for seniors, this sweet little slice hides a serious problem. Added sugar and refined flour with almost no fiber to defend your body. Just 1 slice carries 5 grams of added sugar. That's more than some cookies. It also delivers only 1 gram of fiber, which means your blood sugar absorbs that sweetness fast without anything to slow it down. If you felt shaky, moody, or tired just 2 hours after breakfast, this may be why. The sugar rush hits quick, then drops even harder, leaving you drained before noon. And for seniors managing diabetes, this kind of hidden sugar can be quietly dangerous. Over time, it stresses your pancreas, spikes your insulin, and contributes to weight gain where you least need it, around the belly and the heart. It's not about blaming raisins or cinnamon. It's about seeing through the swirl to protect your future mornings. Comment 2 below if you've ever trusted this bread and now see it differently. 3. The soft Hawaiian roll that leaves you empty inside. Soft, golden, sweet. But there's something missing, and your body knows it. King's Hawaiian sweet rolls feel indulgent. That pillowy bite is almost irresistible. But did you know this little roll has 0 fiber and 5 grams of added sugar? That means it hits your blood sugar fast like candy and offers no defense. No fiber to slow it, no nutrients to balance it, no support for your digestion, cholesterol, or blood pressure. Worse, it includes saturated fat, which, in small daily amounts, can clog your arteries over time, especially if you're already managing high cholesterol or heart disease. So what happens next? You eat one, then two, and by mid-morning you're hungrier than before, sluggish, a little dizzy. Maybe your heart feels faster than it should. For seniors, no fiber means more than constipation. It means poor blood sugar control, rising inflammation, and weaker protection against heart problems. It's soft on the outside, but it can be hard on your health, especially after 60. Comment 3 if this roll has ever been part of your lunch. And now you're thinking twice. Let's take a breath. If you've eaten these breads before, don't blame yourself. Most of us have. This isn't about guilt, it's about awareness. You don't need to quit bread, just learn which ones truly support you. Now that you know better, your next slice can be a smart one. Ready to see what else is hiding behind the healthy label? Let's keep going. 4. The gluten-free bread that's not so guilt-free. You switched to gluten-free to feel healthier, but what if it's making things worse? Many seniors choose gluten-free breads, hoping to ease joint pain, reduce bloating, or help with inflammation. And for those with celiac disease, it's essential. But here's what most people don't know. Not all gluten-free breads are actually good for you. Many are made with refined starches like tapioca, white rice flour, or potato starch. These ingredients are often lower in fiber, higher in glycemic impact, and offer very little nutrition. Your blood sugar doesn't care if the bread says gluten-free. It spikes just the same or worse if there's no fiber to slow it down. If you've felt tired after meals, noticed your belly bloats even without gluten, or your weight keeps creeping up despite your efforts, this bread might be part of the problem. And it often tricks you. The label looks clean, the promise sounds gentle, but without whole grains or fiber, it's just another refined carb in disguise. Comment 4 below if you've ever chosen gluten-free bread thinking it was safer, and now you see it differently. 5. The multigrain bread that's mostly white flour. Multigrain sounds healthy, but how many grains are actually whole? That's the catch. Just because a bread lists 7 or even 12 grains doesn't mean those grains are unprocessed or fiber-rich. Many multigrain breads are mostly enriched white flour with just a sprinkle of seeds or flakes to make the label look impressive. The result? Still low in fiber, high in starch, and not much better than white bread. It might taste more hearty, it might look more earthy, but inside your body, it digests just as fast, floods your blood sugar just as high, and leaves you just as hungry. If you've been choosing multigrain thinking you're making the better choice, and yet you still feel fatigued, backed up, or have sugar swings, this could be why. What's worse? Many brands add molasses or brown sugar to darken the bread and make it look more wholesome. It's not about how many grains. It's about whether those grains are whole and listed first. Comment 5 if you've been reaching for multigrain bread without realizing what's really inside. 6. The low-calorie bread that cut more than just calories. You picked light bread to stay slim, but did it slim down your nutrition too? These thin-sliced, low-calorie breads often market themselves to seniors trying to eat less. And while it's true they may have fewer calories per slice, they also tend to have less fiber, less protein, and sometimes more additives to hold the texture together. Some use artificial sweeteners, others use chemical conditioners. A few even add extra sodium to make up for lost flavor. So yes, you're saving 20 calories. But what are you trading for it? If you feel hungry soon after eating, or your digestion hasn't improved, or your blood pressure isn't stabilizing, it might be because this light bread is light on what your body really needs. After 60, food isn't just about counting calories. It's about quality and keeping what matters most. Your energy, your digestion, your strength. Comment 6. If you've ever trusted light bread and now realize it may be too light on nutrients. You've seen how even the most trusted breads can quietly work against your health. But we're not done yet. Some of the worst ones? Still ahead, hiding in plain sight, right in your kitchen. Let's keep going. 7. The brioche bread that melts in your mouth and into your arteries. It's soft, it's golden, it tastes like a treat, but for your heart, it might be a threat. Brioche bread feels luxurious, rich in texture, just slightly sweet. But what gives it that flavor is often a mix of refined flour, added sugars, and saturated fat, all of which become risk factors after age 60. One slice can contain up to 3-5 grams of sugar and more saturated fat than regular sandwich bread. That might not sound like much, but daily indulgence adds up, especially if you're managing cholesterol or heart disease. Feeling that post-meal heaviness in your chest or slower recovery after climbing stairs? These aren't always signs of aging. They might be silent consequences of eating just one more slice of buttery brioche. It's not the taste that's dangerous. It's how it lingers in your bloodstream, longer than you realize. Comment 7 if this is the bread that made your morning and now makes you wonder. 8. The cinnamon swirl that feeds your cravings, not your body. It smells like the holidays, tastes like joy, but deep down, it acts more like a dessert than a breakfast. This sweet swirl bread often carries 6 to 9 grams of sugar per slice, and that's before you even add jam or honey. With little to no fiber, the sugar hits hard and fast, pushing your insulin into overdrive. For seniors, this sugar surge can mean mid-morning crashes, dizziness, or increased inflammation in joints and blood vessels, especially if you already live with diabetes or prediabetes. Ever feel shaky by 10 a.m. after a light breakfast of toast and tea? That light slice was likely doing more harm than you knew. It's not the cinnamon that's the issue. It's the hidden sugar swirling through your veins, disguised as comfort. Comment 8. If cinnamon bread used to feel safe, but now feels like a wake-up call. 9. The sandwich roll that feels full, but leaves you empty. It holds your lunch together, but what does it hold inside? Most sandwich rolls, the kind used for burgers, deli meat, or even egg salad, are refined, low fiber, and low nutrient. They're soft, yes, convenient, yes, but nutritionally? They're hollow. Many contain 0 to 1 gram of fiber with added sugar and sodium to boost flavor. You might feel full after eating, but that fullness fades fast, and your body isn't getting what it needs to stay energized or balanced. If you often feel sleepy after lunch or struggle with slow digestion in the afternoon, that bread roll could be the reason. It looks like a meal's foundation. But really, it's just a soft, spongy disguise, offering bulk, not benefit. Comment 9 if this is the kind of bread you've trusted for years and now see differently. It's a lot, I know. 9 slices, 9 quiet threats. And yet, you've made it this far, which already means something. It means you care about your heart, your memory, your independence. And it means you're ready to make better choices, not perfect ones, just better. This isn't about fear. It's about freedom. Freedom from labels that lie and foods that drain you. So, if you're still with me, you're not just surviving, you're learning how to thrive. Let's keep going. Just a few more to uncover. 10. The thin bread that's heavier than it looks. It says thin, it looks light, but what if it's still weighing you down? Many low-calorie breads, those labeled thin sliced or smart, promise to help you cut carbs, lose weight, or feel in control. But hidden beneath that promise? Highly processed ingredients, chemical dough conditioners, and artificial sweeteners. Some brands remove fiber-rich ingredients just to shave off a few calories, then add synthetic fibers or gums to replace the texture. Others sneak in sucralose or aspartame artificial sweeteners that may disrupt blood sugar and gut health, especially in older adults. If you've been eating light bread but still feel bloated, gassy, or strangely unsatisfied, your gut may be reacting to the very things added to save calories. Not all light breads are bad, but many are light on the wrong things and heavy on the stuff your body doesn't need. Comment 10 if you thought thin sliced bread was the safe choice, and now you're rethinking that slice. 11 thought the white bun. Be fluffy. The white bun. Support. You press it with your fingers. It flattens like a pancake. That's not softness, that's emptiness. From dinner rolls to burger buns, these soft white breads feel satisfying in the moment. But nutritionally, they're nearly hollow, made mostly from enriched white flour, with almost no fiber, no protein, and little real value. Worse, they digest fast. And fast digestion leads to fast blood sugar spikes, followed by sudden crashes, fatigue, and cravings. For seniors, that also means instability in mood, memory, and energy. If you've ever felt unusually tired after a sandwich, or hungry again just an hour after lunch, chances are your bun was to blame. You're not just eating bread, you're feeding your brain, your muscles, your balance. Make every bite count. Comment 11 if you've relied on white rolls for years and now see how little they give back. 12. The fancy bakery-style loaf that's full of surprises. It looks artisan, it smells fresh, but behind the crust, it's often just another trap. Supermarket bakery breads often appear cleaner, safer, more natural. No plastic bag, no flashy label, just a nice brown loaf in a paper sleeve. But many are still made with enriched flours, added sugar, and lots of salt. And since they rarely have full nutrition labels, you may not realize that one slice has more sodium than a handful of pretzels. Or that the dark brown color comes from molasses, not whole grains. If you've chosen a bakery-style loaf thinking it was homemade quality but still deal with swelling in your ankles, stiffness in your hands, or unexpected sugar dips, it might be that slice. Looking natural isn't the same as being natural. Check the ingredients, ask questions, because fresh baked isn't always fresh for your body. Comment 12 if you've ever grabbed one of these loaves thinking it was the healthier choice. Quick tip: how to read a bread label in 15 seconds. Still not sure which breads are actually good for you? Alright, here's a little cheat sheet, something I wish someone gave me years ago. It takes about 15 seconds to check a label and could save your heart, your sugar, and your energy. First, look at the very first ingredient. It should say 100% whole wheat or whole grain right up top. If it says enriched flour, wheat flour, or multigrain without more details, put it back. That's just fancy talk for white bread. Next, check the fiber. You want at least 3 grams per slice. No fiber, no support for your gut or your sugar. Then, look at the added sugar. If it's more than 2 grams per slice, it's not breakfast, it's dessert. And finally, sodium. Under 150 milligrams per slice is the goal, especially if you're watching your blood pressure. You don't need to memorize all that. Just take a photo or tape it to your fridge. So next time you're at the store, you've got it right in your hand. It's not about being perfect. It's about being aware and making the better choice. You know, sometimes it's not age that makes us tired. It's not always a health condition. Sometimes it's just the quiet little choices, like the wrong slice of bread, that slowly wear us down. That's the kind of thing no one warns you about. But now you know, and when you know better, you do better. You don't need to give up bread. You don't need to fear food. You just need to stop trusting the front of the label and start reading the back. Because you deserve bread that feeds your heart, not one that silently works against it. So tell me, which number shocked you most today? Was it the soft white slice at number 1? The sneaky sweet raisin bread at number 2? Or maybe that fancy-looking bakery loaf at number 12? Just drop the number below. It takes a second, but it helps others feel less alone too. And if someone in your life is still buying healthy bread without reading the label, send this video to them. One quiet share could save someone's strength, or even their memory. And if you felt this message mattered, hit subscribe. Stick around, we've got more simple truths coming, one small tip at a time, because after 60, every bite counts.